Hi, I'm Amning Mendoza from Novaliches High School. I will be your teacher facilitator for today's lesson. Our lesson for today is Input and Output Devices. For our learning competency, plan and prepare for installation. Components of hardware. At the end of the lesson, the learner should be able to Number 1. Identify what are the input and output devices of a computer system. Number 2. Enumerate the input and output devices of a computer system. And number 3. Sustain interest in knowing the different input and output devices of a computer system. What are the input and output devices? The devices attached to a personal computer can be classified into two: the input and output devices. Input device is composed of a device that accepts data and instructions from the user or from another computer system, while output device is any piece of computer hardware that displays results after the computer has processed the input data that has been entered. We also have the combination of both, the dual devices. We have two types of input devices. The first one is the keyboard entry. Data is inputted to the computer through the use of a keyboard. What is a keyboard? It is the first input device developed for the PC or personal computer. Data is transferred to the personal computer over a short cable with a circular 6-pin mini-DIN connector that plugs into the back of the motherboard. We have three types of keyboard based on their connectors. The first one is the PS2 keyboard. The next one is USB keyboard. And the other one is wireless keyboard. The other type of input device is direct entry, a form of input that does not require data to be keyed by someone sitting at a keyboard. Direct entry devices create machine-readable data on paper or magnetic media or feed it directly into the computer's CPU. We have categories of direct entry devices. The first one is pointing devices, an input device used to move the pointer or cursor on screen. An example of pointing device is the mouse. The most common pointing device used in personal computers. Every mouse has two buttons and must have one or two scroll wheels. We have four types of mouse based on their connectors. We have the PS2 mouse, serial mouse, wireless mouse, and USB mouse. Another pointing device is the touch screen, a display screen that is sensitive to the touch of a finger or stylus, used in myriad applications including ATM machines, retail point-of-sale terminals, car navigation, and industrial controls. The touchscreen became wildly popular for smartphones and tablets. A light pen is also an example of a pointing device. A light-sensitive stylus wired to a video terminal used to draw pictures or select menu options. The user brings the pen to the desired point on the screen and presses the pen button to make contact. Another example of pointing device is the Digitizer Tablet, a graphics drawing tablet used for sketching new images or tracing old ones. Also called a graphics tablet, the user contacts the surface of the device with a wired or wireless pen or puck. often mistakenly called a mouse, the puck is usually the tablet cursor. This kind of input device is usually used by animators or draftsmen. Another direct entry is the scanning devices, a device that can read text or illustrations printed on paper and translates the information into a form the computer can use. An example of scanning device is the flatbed scanner. It scans the information from a piece of paper, then transfer into the computer. Next scanning device is the handheld scanner. It is a photocopier-like device that uses light sensing equipment to read the equipment code and translate it into information that can be used on the computer. The handheld scanner is usually used by cashiers in groceries and department stores to scan the barcode by holding the device. Barcode reader. It reads the code of a product according to the thickness and spacing of the black lines it passes over. The signal is sent to the computer, which then translated into numeric value. A barcode reader is also used by cashiers in groceries and departments in scanning the barcode of the item purchased by the customer. But, unlike in the handheld scanner, in using the barcode reader, the cashier holds the item, then the barcode in the item is the one to scan. Another example of scanning device is the card reader. It reads the encrypted personal identification number or PIN of a card for verification purposes. I know that the card reader you know is the adapter used to read the memory card in your cell phones, digital cameras, or tablets. But the card reader I'm talking about is the card reader that reads the information from credit cards, debit cards, and ATMs that is used in paying items purchased by the customers. The third category of direct entry is the voice input devices. Audio input devices, also known as speech or voice recognition systems, that allow a user to send audio signals to a computer for processing, recording, or carrying out commands. Audio input devices such as microphones allow users to speak to the computer in order to record a voice message or navigate software. Output devices. We have different examples of output devices. The first one is the computer display monitor. It displays information in visual form using text and graphics. The portion of the monitor that displays the information is called the screen or video display terminal. We have three types of monitors. The first one is the CRT monitors. Cathode ray tube or CRT were the only type of displays for use with desktop PCs or desktop personal computers. They are relatively big, 14 inches to 16 inches deep, and heavy over 15 pounds. This type of monitor is already obsolete. The next type is the LCD monitors. Liquid crystal display or LCD technology has been used in laptops for some time. It has recently been made commercially available as monitors for desktop PCs. The last type of monitor is the LED monitors, or what you call the light emitting diode, a display and lighting technology used in almost every electrical and electronic product on the market, from a tiny on and off light to digital readouts, flashlights, traffic lights, and perimeter Next Next output device is the LCD projectors. Utilizes two sheets of polarizing material with a liquid crystal solution between them. An electric current passed through the liquid causes the crystals to align so that the light cannot pass through them. Each crystal, therefore, is like a shutter, either allowing light to pass through or blocking the light. Next output is smart board, a type of display screen that has a touch-sensitive transparent panel covering the screen, which is similar to a touch screen. You can see a smart board like in the malls, in which, when you are lost, you can locate your location. Next is printer, a device that prints text or illustrations on paper. We have different types of printer. The first one is the inkjet or bubble jet printer. It sprays ink at a sheet of paper. Inkjet printers produce high-quality text and graphics. Laser printer. It uses the same technology as copy machines. Laser printers produce very high-quality text and graphics using a powder in printing. Another type of printer is the LCD and LED printer. Similar to a laser printer, but uses liquid crystals or light-emitting diodes rather than a laser to produce an image on the drum. The difference between the two is the placement and type of light used. LEDs use diodes, while LCDs use fluorescent lights. LEDs are also slimmer than LCDs and provide a better quality, clearer picture with high definition. Next type of printer is the line printer. Also known as dot matrix printer, contains a chain of characters or pins that print an entire line at one time. Line printers are very fast, but produce low-quality print. It uses ribbon in printing, just like a typewriter. Next is thermal printer, an inexpensive printer that works by pushing heated pins against heat-sensitive paper. Thermal printers are widely used in calculators and fax machines. This kind of printer is usually used in stores that prints receipts. Yes, it doesn't need ink in printing, but you must be aware that since it did not use ink in printing, the print in the thermal paper is not forever. It easily disappears as days passes by. You can use your fingernails in writing or marking in the thermal paper used in thermal printers. You will be shocked one day, after a couple of days or weeks, when you look at the receipt, it will look like a clean blank paper. So, since it is usually used in receipts, in buying foods, appliances, and other items, it is better to photocopy it as soon as you receive the receipt so that if there is a problem with the item you purchased and it is still under warranty, you can still ask for assistance, support, or complaint in the items you bought. Last type of printer is the plotter, a graphics printer that draws images with ink pens. Plotters actually draw point-to-point lines directly from vector graphics files. The plotter was the first computer output device that could print graphics as well as accommodate full-size engineering and architectural drawings. A plotter is usually used by students, engineers, and architects in printing their blueprints or architectural plan and house plan. It is also used in printing tarpaulins or bigger posters. The last output device is the speakers, used to play sounds. They may be built into the system unit or connected with cables. Speakers allows you to listen to music and hear sound effects from your computer. Aside from input and output devices, we also have what we call the combination of both, the dual devices. Examples of dual devices are digital camera, a camera that captures photographs in digital memory. While there are still dedicated digital cameras, many more cameras are now incorporated into mobile devices like smartphones, which can, among many other purposes, use their cameras to initiate live video telephony and directly edit and upload images to others. Most cameras produced today are digital, largely replacing those that capture images on photographic films. High-end, high-definition, dedicated cameras are still commonly used by professionals and those who desire to take higher quality photographs. Another example of dual device is the headsets. Connects over a telephone or to a computer, allowing the user to speak and listen while keeping both hands free. They are commonly used in customer service and technical support centers where employees can converse with customers while typing information into a computer. Also common among computer gamers are headsets, which will let them talk with each other and hear others, as well as use their keyboards and mouse to play the game. For you not to be confused, I know when you heard the word headsets, you will tell me that it is what you usually use in listening music in your smartphones. Well, it depends. Actually, aside from speakers that we only use in listening music, we have only two kinds of dual audio devices, the headsets and the earsets. Now, what is the difference between the headsets and earsets? The difference between the two is the headsets is worn in our head and it has a mic for us to talk, while the earsets is we insert it in our ears, the earbuds, and it has also the mic for us to talk. Now, what is an earphone? An earphone is an electrical device worn on the ear to receive radio or telephone communications or to listen to a radio, MP3 player, or others without other people hearing. Meaning, in earphone, you can only hear the sounds, but when you talk, nobody will hear you because an earphone doesn't have a microphone compared to headsets and earsets. Now, what about the headphone? A headphone is an electrical device worn in our head. Like an earphone, you can only listen to music or sounds, but you cannot talk because it doesn't have a microphone. Thank you for watching and happy learning! Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for your video lessons in TLE. Just search for Ma'am Ning Mendoza. Thank you!